all I can say is that these visitors should just stay out, man. Don't jam up the streets. The already jammed up streets. And I like to go wherever I want to go with very minimal traffic.
All right. We are from Ipoh Toastmasters Club.
Yes.
Let's talk about Ipoh.
Okay. We're all from Ipoh, right?
Yeah. So what is Ipoh known for?
The food lah. The lang loi.
Well, a lot of people say Ipoh is very boring. Do you think Ipoh is boring?
To a certain degree, I would say Ipoh is boring, but not boring enough for me.
By most standards, yes, well, Ipoh is kind of boring.
So why are you here, man? Why are you here?
Good question.
I didn't answer it, okay? I didn't answer it, but why you guys here if you say it's boring? Or you like boring?
Good question. Yeah, I guess I kind of like the boring life lah. I kind of like the boring life here.
So what aspect of the boring life do you like about Ipoh?
Okay, just a bit of context. I spent, before I came back, I was born and bred here, then I did my studies in Sunway University in KL, then Monash. Then I continued working on there. I realized I spent almost 10 years in KL before coming back. I guess I was just sick of the life there. Probably also because of the traffic jams and I have to travel back and all that. I guess for most young people, they leave Ipoh after their studies for better pay and all that sort of thing. But I kind of like the boring life here. I kind of like my routine. I kind of like being near my parents. I kind of like going around without much traffic jams. And I kind of like the food here. Overall, I just kind of like the life here. I guess I kind of like the boring routine life lah.
I have to disagree with you when it comes to the traffic jams.
Oh, it's getting worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Ipoh's traffic is appalling. I have never been so pissed off by Ipoh's traffic or the Ipoh drivers. Sorry, I mean Ipoh drivers.
No, the Penang drivers are worse actually.
They're worse, but I cannot stand Ipoh. Ipoh driver has his own charm to piss me off anyway.
Okay.
One thing I noticed, which is what someone has told me, Ipoh has got a lot of traffic lights. It's like you can see that place. It's like from Google Maps, it's not that far actually. You can see from the map, but it takes you way longer time than you expected to get there. Because of all the traffic lights, you have to wait, and then by the time you get nearer to the traffic light, the junction, then the traffic goes red again, and then you have to wait for another cycle again. It pissed me off.
I think you cannot compare that to KL, right?
But at least you're moving. KL is far, but you're moving.
But sometimes you're not moving, especially let's say you're in the city center, which I used to work. I can literally see the place opposite. It can literally take an hour just to pass that one traffic light. So I think Ipoh pales in comparison.
But I think there's more of an expectation because you know that it's jammed. They're known for jams, and you would prepare yourself earlier. But like in Ipoh, it's not that fast. 15 minutes would have brought me there. And then, hey, hang on. It's not 15 minutes sometimes.
To me, it's like 20 minutes or 25. It's still a lot better.
Well, fair enough. Ipoh people are spoiled when it comes to traffic. We to us, it's like, it takes probably from one end to the other end of the city, 30 minutes max. Right? Except for if you have jam.
We're not talking about traffic, man. We're talking about whether Ipoh is boring.
The traffic is making me bored.
Really? Oh, okay.
To me, the traffic in KL makes me bored. Because I feel that every day I spend a minimum of 2 hours on the road just to.
That's why we have podcasts. It helps make the journey much more tolerable.
Yeah. So this is one of the reasons why I come back, and let's say if I start work at around 9, I leave my house practically at 8:45 or so. I didn't quite really experience the problems that you mentioned. Maybe sometimes maybe 5 minutes late, 5 to 10 minutes late. I think that's still tolerable compared to KL. If I need to reach the office at 9 o'clock, I start my journey at 7. Sometimes I'm still late.
Wait till your kids grow up and you have to fetch them to school and tuition. So
I see. Yeah, exactly.
and all kinds of activities and they're all different timing. Then you understand what I mean.
So Aaron, what do you think about Ipoh? Is it a boring place for you?
It's not boring to me. Depends on what you mean by boring. If by boring you mean that it's lower in stress, less stressful, yes. I loved it. I mean, I was away in Canada for 10 years. I came back in 2000. I've been here ever since. Never worked in KL or anywhere else apart from Ipoh. And I love it here. But I don't think a lot of outstation people actually find Ipoh boring. That's why you see all these cars, during during the festivals, it's all jammed, man. So they say the food is great, and people be saying there's even an article in the Star, and all the prices are being driven up.
I have to say the food is still top notch. According to a few of my friends who moved out from Ipoh to KL and come back, they say I just can't stand. I mean, Ipoh food is still the best food and drinks, and but then again,
Penang people will disagree though.
Penang is always better. Penang is better.
In case some of our viewers are actually not from Ipoh, what are these staple foods from Ipoh that's so great?
Or for tourists, you mean?
Yes.
For me, it's the curry mee. I personally like curry mee a lot.
And the kai si hor fun.
And the kai si hor fun, definitely. These are my two favorites.
Surprisingly enough, I don't think many people in Ipoh they boast about their curry noodles.
Oh, really?
They talk about kai si hor fun, ngah choy kai. It's always these few things. And tau fu fa, right? You notice that they never say the curry noodles because I mean maybe down south the curry laksa, their laksa is not the Assam laksa. Yeah. So they think that those are better, which I don't disagree. I think some of them they have got their specialties.
Right.
But yeah, I actually noticed that we don't really talk much about our curry laksa. But a lot of people in Ipoh they say, oh, which curry noodle is the best?
Yeah, I actually like the curry noodle with my Ipoh white coffee. I think that's a fantastic combination, personally.
Definitely.
Right.
Okay. So, since you say that Ipoh is not boring, so what do you do in your free time that makes living Ipoh so fun?
I guess it's everywhere is accessible pretty much. You're gonna even you one end to the other. I mean, where we are in Ipoh Garden South, the other end would be maybe Klebang, and then there's the other end which is Station 18. It's not that far. It's about half an hour within that. I mean, if KL you want to go to Cheras, and from Cheras you want to go to Sunway, I mean it's all over the place. Yeah, but it's a sprawl.
But fun though, like there's someone who told me Ipoh Momat Yecho. There's nothing much to do in Ipoh.
Yeah, I actually just to share with you, I've dated a couple of girls here. I mean, I wouldn't mention who in case you are watching. They actually came back from KL as well. They came back here, some of for family reasons and so on, right?
Okay.
Permanently, you mean?
Permanently, they're back here working.
Are they still here now?
They're still here, right? Sorry?
How do you know? Do you still keep in touch with them?
I mean, I still stalk them occasionally. But that's another story, right? Anyway. Okay, this is what they told me, right? Ipoh, there's nothing much to do. According to them, because they like the clubbing lifestyle and all that, they say even the boutiques close, at 6+7. So even at night you want to go and shop after work, you want to shop for some better clothes. It's hard to find, other than you go to the shopping malls, it's hard to find boutiques that are open at night. And there's not many. I mean, there are bars which are open here, but there's not that many varieties. There are not many clubs around here. And even if there are, I suppose there are a few clubs here and there. They keep changing owners and whatnot. So other than that, even shopping malls, our shopping malls pales in comparison to KL. We don't really have an ice skating rink here. We don't have indoor rock climbing here. We don't have a lot of stuff that they consider entertainment. So yeah, so I suppose in that sense, Ipoh is in a way a lot more boring.
There's not much variety.
That's going to change. Ice skating ring, there's one coming up in some way.
Okay.
Yes, finally. Okay, but there's this interesting thing I read about the new generation, the Gen Zs. Apparently, when you talk about clubbing and all this, it belongs to our generation. Apparently, it's the new activity.
Yeah.
Health club is more of their thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that means the activities do not go around alcohol anymore. They're not really that into that anymore. Staying up late, they like to go for clubs. They like to go for running clubs, pickleballs, and also hiking. They actually feel this is more interesting for them, or aurora climbing for that matter. So you get to see more young people who are more health conscious.
So are we anticipating some sort of exodus from KL and other big cities to Ipoh?
Well, I think most of the time it's not because of the lifestyle, it's more of the income, the job opportunities. I think a lot of people wouldn't mind coming back to Ipoh if they can find, they don't have to go through such a huge pay cut from their work. I noticed quite a few people, they have they would actually move back if they can get work from home arrangements. So they can enjoy the life here and the lack of stress or the lower level of stress, and still earn a relatively okay pay salary.
Yeah, this is what I realized as well. Most young people, once they graduate, they sort of move, especially for Ipoh Heights, we tend to move to either KL or Singapore. These are like the two preferred places, right, to build their careers. I suppose if you're going to move to KL, you might as well move to Singapore if you have the opportunity. But yeah, like you said, I realized the people that come back, most of them, they are sort of self-employed, like insurance agents, property agents, and so on, including us, right?
Or taking over businesses from their dads.
Or taking over businesses. There's just not that many banks. Even if you're in a bank, let's say you're going to climb the corporate ladder in a bank, the highest you're going to go will be the branch manager, I suppose, right? Whereas if you're in the HQ, you get to be an analyst or VP of sales or whatever. But at a branch here, there's a limit that you can climb to. So I guess for career progression-wise, it sucks. So because I met someone who said that this is one of the reasons why he started this. He was involved in this JCI movement. He said trying to make Ipoh more vibrant, to get back the talent here, the people here, to make Ipoh more interesting. After all, we grew up here. We kind of like the place. Why does it have to, sort of? Why do people need to look elsewhere for opportunities, especially for their careers? So, what are your thoughts on that? Should we do that, or I guess we need people to drive this, or should we?
I feel like I'm the odd one out because I'm actually an artist. I teach English, and I'm not a big fan of this clubbing thing. I'm not in the corporate world. All I can say is that these visitors should just stay out, man. Don't jam up the streets. The already jammed up streets, and I like to go wherever I want to go with very minimal traffic, and you have these few comfortable places that we go regularly. I'm not going to mention it because it's part of the secret list for friends only, okay? Not the usual tourist traps. And yeah, that's my take, man. My take is very selfish, I would like to preserve Ipoh as my own place. Because like Dracula, Dracula, whenever he travels, he's got to bring his own soil. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah, right? So that's where he gets his power, right? So that's Ipoh is where I get my power too, So yeah, I really like the place. People call it boring. I don't find it boring. I actually enjoy it very much. It's very, very low in stress for me, and the water is good.
That is true, that I've heard, yes.
Best in Malaysia apparently, okay? Because we're in the valley, right? Yeah.
Well, I think that when it comes to having visitors to stay out, get off my lawn, I think younger people in Ipoh, they have this, in a way, they have this predicament. At the same time, I hope that Ipoh will be more developed, happening. But at the same time, I can't stand seeing so many people coming in and flood our streets, or all the places that we like to haunt, and our favorite haunt will be overcrowded. I think it's a predicament. It's quite ironic. We want this and we do not want this, but obviously, as the saying goes, you can't have the cake and eat it. So we have to choose. If you have to progress, you want development, you want something more flourished, then you have to bear with the cost of having to be crowded.
Right.
I think so. Right. And it's only because of that, when the streets are overcrowded, then the state government or the municipal will have to be called upon to start to
explore new areas.
Yeah, or more flyovers and whatnot. So this is how it happens.
Or they can start building satellite towns, next to Ipoh.
Which they are doing now, isn't it?
Yeah, or maybe it's going to be, be merged into one big place, like in KL. Yeah.